Hello, Final Fantasy 14 players. It's Len here, and today I want to address a certain thing that one of my viewers have found, and I very hope that this said person, is okay, and I hope that they found a better static. And I hope they're cleared because this happened 2 weeks ago, so technically I'm like 2 weeks late, but still, it's never late than never, right? When it comes down to this type of situations. And I want to make sure that every single person out there understand that you need to learn how to defend yourself when it comes down to you versus like the whole static who couldn't even like get past the first tank buster 3 times in a row. All because a person popped a cooldown very late in FRU Ultimate. So there's that. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me go ahead and summarize everything. Before I summarize anything, I want to let you guys know that the person I linked down below is the video creator, and I also linked the video as well. So I link both of them down below in the description. So I hope he sees this. And I want to also thank the creator of that video for not only standing up to those guys, but also defending that healer. That poor healer did not deserve any of that, including when like her ideas was actually way better. And on top of that, it was very disrespectful that the fact that she was been shut down. So since that kept happening, I'm glad she stood up and I'm glad she basically went against those men in that party because all those men in that party, except for the scholar, were just basically backing each other up, and they were absolutely are cowards. And I'm glad she left the static. So did you. All right, let's go. So how this clip started is that on part one, getting straight into the fight, the warrior was cooldown in the first initial hit of the tank buster, which I do not know why they're doing that. They shouldn't really have to do that, including when like they could just invuln it. Because remember, warrior cooldowns is not really the best cooldown in the game at all. It's just a health increase, and they're not really doing good on mitigation part because throw a battle is not really a mitigation. It's just a health increase. That's it. You're still taking that same amount of damage if you don't have bloodwetting, and then, of course, yes, it's going to hurt, right? Because you're gonna drop super low. But yeah, he ended up blowing up because he's trying to mitigate the first buster, the first initial hit, instead of like invulning it, right? And then when that happened, I'm not sure how many nights it was happening, possibility a month, since they probably got into FRU. Um, I could tell that this was probably a most frustrating experience that this happens almost every night because we decided to swap over to a different strat of mitigation than what they already been doing, which was indeed, in fact, in my opinion, way correct and way better, is to have the warrior invuln the first initial hit. So they could not die from them straight up just instantly get bombed because they pop mitigation too late or like they had to weave it in. And sometimes they have problems weaving it in because like, they have like too much skill speed or something, but they're not really they're not really like timing the mitigation correctly. And when they don't mint on time, they end up dying from the first initial hit of the tank buster blast. So yes, you do end up dying if you don't have enough mitigation. All right, so here's the catch, and I want you guys to catch on to this, okay? The strat that they were doing before they switched to this quote unquote version mid sheet of FRU mid but good, right? Is that they had the warrior invuln. So that's the real FRU mid but good to have the warrior invuln. A warrior mitigating the first tank buster is strange, and not only that, risky when you know that warrior mitigation isn't the best in FRU, including when like they always drop super low, like to like 10, maybe 15% HP left. It's very risky, including when like they could have died if somebody don't give them mid, like a 20% mitigation or something. And that's how you basically end up offing the warrior when the warrior needed the mitigation the most because their mitigation is not good. It used to be Paladin back in Endwalker before they gave them Bulwark, but now it's Warrior is having the issues of having this type of support that they need to able to live through a tank buster that they probably would have died to if they don't have enough mitigation. Okay, now for the T. So I'm not sure if it's the Pictomancer that's talking or the Paladin that's talking about we have calculated probability and we have tested out and it works and this and that. And it will work out later on. It will work out later on. Trust me, it will work out later on. I don't know who was saying that between the paladin and the pictomancer, of who was the stat leader as well, but somebody need to work on answering a lady, because if you telling me that you having speech problems, oh baby, it's between me and you. Because in that whole scenario, when a lady asks a question, you dance around it just like that, what I just said. Talk about probability and you testing out and calculating it versus you answering the man straight up. Like you gave him a straight up answer versus the lady that you danced around and you're not even answering her questions. You get so defensive and try to act smart or try to sound like you're smart, but yet you sound dumb, and you could have took the straight up avenue and be like, you know what, and it ain't working, we're going back to the invuln strat, because the invuln strat is just way better. I'm not sure what type of doggy trick that you trying to put out there, but it wasn't working. Not include in front of a person like me. I would straight up tell you that what you were doing was not a speech problem. It's more like a misogyny problem that you currently have on your characteristics on your person. Not for the dirty dog that talked bad about her when she's not even in the party chat. Which one y'all was doing it? Because I'm also from Primal. I could meet you in Ultros, Exodus, Leviathan, Fafnir. Listen, we could meet somewhere. You're not gonna sit there and disrespect her while she's not even in there. Behemoth, shoot, I could meet you in Behemoth as well. Where y'all at? Because I want to see how strong you really is. Where you sit there and talk bad about the girl. Because that's you just being disrespectful. And not only that, you wouldn't say that she's a Karen to her face, because if you did, I know she would have went off more. So now that you talking bad about her, why she's not even in the party? That's why I know that you probably talk bad about her when she's not even in the Discord chat. You probably saying bad stuff about her in the DM. So that's why I know that you are basically one of the disrespectful people who don't understand a situation that happened between this guy that said that he knows what he's doing, because man knows what men do best, or we know what we men knows what is best for us, but don't know how to think critically when it comes down to actually doing your research, that a warrior would have normally informed that, because if you were to think, warrior mitigation is not the best in the game, not anymore. It's only best for freaking dungeon runs, but if it comes down to ultimate rating, you're gonna watch the HP of that warrior drop to like literally 10 to 15%. You are going to see them drop very low, and they're gonna have a couple thousands on their health. They're not really that strong, not in ultimates. But overall, both the Scarlet and the Astral left the static, and you know, now we're gonna have to talk about this whole BS with the Paladin clearing the fight. Because if the Paladin cleared the fight, what class did he co-tank with? Including when, like, you know, he probably found a doggy trick that these people was pulling off. Because the funny part is, you could pull off a dog trick and make somebody get so inspired that they want to do it too. But if a dog trick does not work, it won't work. Obviously, it won't, because why would a trick work the second time, or the third time, or the fourth time, or the fifth time? Because if you keep running into the same wall, you're not getting anywhere. So I'm not sure why they keep trying to do this stupid trick that they want to stack the tank buster on top of each other so they could look cool. Nobody's paying attention to you, brother. Not including when, like, Party Finder doesn't even do that. Like, you basically look dumb and your wife at the party. So not only that, you're wasting people time, valuable time that we needed to get to crystalline time and above. Possibility like dark lit and above, but still, like, seeing new mechanics is way better than just wiping to the old ones that we should have already got down and know already. Now, to that person have a quote unquote speech problem, I want to let you know that you lucky I'm not the Astro. I would have turned you inside out. And any other men that was inside that static, I would turn you upside down. Because if I find out that you treat me different because what I believe in, what I'm into, or what type of gender I am, I would have catched you instantly. I would have straight up start cussing. You lucky I was not that Astro. I would have just straight up made y'all feeling super hurt, because y'all straight men should know. that y'all feelings could easily get hurt. I also want to let you guys know that there was a Sapphire drama last year. You guys forgot? There was a Sapphire drama last year. Yeah. And you know what Sapphire did? Went on Twitter and straight up said, why no girls are joining my static? Because you got people going into your DMs, spamming you, by the way, which they did to this poor lady inside that video, spamming her DMs 40 times to tell her to come back. And since they spamming her DMs, try to keep like nagging at her, that's when you know that these people had no humbleness and they would rather spam your DMs trying to make it come back. Not only that, you give the girl an ultimatum while spamming her DMs. If she don't come back, she'll get kicked from the static. So not only you threaten her, okay, great. So ladies, if you come to Final Fantasy 14 and you want to do hardcore raiding like Savages and Ultimates, please make sure that you join a static that basically has another girl in there. Do not go into a static with 7 other dudes unless you know that one dude. Do not go in the static with 7 other dudes. Because I promise you this, you're going to be the monkey in the middle. And they all, 6 or 7 of them, is going to start feeding you bananas. Because these men are definitely disgusting. The way how they acted in there, in that video. See you guys later. Have fun. Good luck on raiding. And I will see you in Final Fantasy 14. Later.